Hey guys, welcome back. Today I will be doing a summer TBR list. Now I know it's a little late into the summer. It is currently June 13th, I believe, or it's the 14th. I don't know my days of the week, but it's Wednesday. So I figured I would film a quick little video to show you guys some books I'll be reading this summer. These will not be the only books I will be reading, obviously. Once I go to Barnes & Noble and find some new reads, I'm going to want to read them right away. So I think we should just get started. It's not that big of a pile. Some of it's new books, some of it's books I want to reread. So yeah, let's see where we go from here. First up, got a classic, Howls Moving Castle. If any of you have seen the Studio Ghibli movie, that was one of my favorites growing up, and I didn't realize till after the movie that it was a book. So I have read this book before. I think I read it back in high school, and I really loved it back then, and I currently found it at my bookstore at university, and I thought, oh, I want to read it again. I was listening to it on Audible, but I don't know, I just kind of missed reading it and really visualizing everything, so I will be restarting it via hardcover, not hardcover, this is paperback, but I will be reading it via book. If anyone doesn't know, it's about Sophie Hatter, who gets cursed by the Witch of the Waste to look like an old woman, and Sophie has to learn to break her curse. And I really like this book. It's very different from the movie. I think you can like both the movie and the book individually. It's not a good book to movie adaptation, I think, but I think both are very well written and have strong morals in the end. I think I definitely prefer the book. I know that's what a lot of readers say, but personally I prefer the book over the movie only because it has a lot more fairy tale aspect of the storytelling, and it's just, I don't know, very whimsical and cool, and I really like it. I don't want to get too much into spoilers for the book, but I'm really excited to get back into reading this, and I know it's a series, so maybe I'll start reading the series. I think Castle in the Sky or Castle in the Air, yeah, Castle in the Air, I believe that's a sequel to this book, so maybe I'll pick that up afterward. I don't know, we'll see. If you guys have read that book, let me know down in the comments below. Next up, we have a book I'm actually really excited for, The Wicked Deep. I saw this was going around on BookTube for a while, and I was really excited to read it. Basically, it is about 3 witches that die, and every year they come back and possess the body of women in the town and drown men as revenge for their deaths. And that's really cool. I'm kind of going into this book a little blind. I don't really know exactly what it's about, but the cover is just so pretty, and I like the idea of witches and, you know, coming back. I'm in a very witchy mood this summer, so I think I'm going to pick up a lot more witch-based books, so we'll see about that. But just look how pretty it kind of, you can't really tell, maybe you can, but it kind of shines in the moonlight. What does this look like? Is it just plain? Yeah, I mean, it's just plain without the cover on it. Not shiny on this, but I don't know, I just really like the pictures on it, and it's actually a fairly short book. It looks like it is only like, well, 300 pages I guess is like short for me, but I don't know, again, I love looking at it. It looks so pretty. So I'm really excited to read this one too. Let me know if you guys have read this one too. I'm really excited. I don't know, I'm just reading a lot of fun books this summer. Next up, we have a more somber book. It is the Night Trilogy by Eli L. Wiesel. I totally mispronounced that name, and I'm so sorry. So I recently took a class in my last semester, which was History of the Holocaust. So I learned a lot about Germany at that time and how everything got led up to the Holocaust and World War II, and how people kind of accepted it for, not that they accepted it, but that it was just kind of the way of life at the time. And during that class, we actually took a trip to the Holocaust Museum in DC, which is a very powerful and moving museum. I highly recommend it for anyone who goes there. I don't really think it's a good museum for smaller children. I think once your children are maybe more middle grade and teenage, they'll have more of an impact and an experience there. But I picked this up while I was there. I read Night when I was in 8th grade, and I don't really think I appreciated it as much as I would now. And I didn't know it was a trilogy either. So I hope to reread this over the summer. I know it's going to be very dark and heavy. I remember it being very dark and heavy when I read it back in 8th grade, so it's probably going to take me some time to get through this. So we'll see how that goes, but it's a very powerful and moving story, especially about someone who went through what he went through during World War II, being a Jewish man in the Holocaust. You know, it was a very dark time that I fear might happen again, so I think it's good for anyone just to be knowledgeable about what people went through at that time. Alright, we're gonna pick it up a bit with I think this is also was going around BookTube. Oh my god, the book is a different color than okay, sorry, I got distracted. I have here Royals. Everyone was in the royal wedding vibes, and I saw this at Target, as you can see from my 20% off sticker, and I was like, I have to have it. I have to read it. Basically, this is a story about a girl whose sister is marrying, so the main character's sister is marrying the Crown Prince of Scotland. So the media is all over her family trying to figure out who they are and how she wooed the prince. And so the sister goes to Scotland for the wedding and learns how to be a royal to her brother. Not her brother, to the prince's brother. So I'm interested in how the cutesy little things are happening. Maybe there'll be 2 royal weddings. I guess that would be kind of weird if 2 siblings married 2 different siblings. I don't know. But I guess we'll see how that ends up going. I just realized that. So this is pink, right? But, oh, that's so cool. Like, it's like white and then it's like peppered with like little colors. I wonder if that's significant at all. I don't know. That's really cool. I wasn't expecting that. And can you see? Yeah, look, you can see the little peppers. I wonder if that's like confetti or it's probably significant to the book. Wow, I didn't know that. That's actually really cool. I like that I love when little book covers have little aspects to it. But yes, I'm excited for this book. Oh, I might get to this next. I don't know. I don't know which one I'm going to get to next because there's just so many books. Alright. Next, I have 2 books in a series. First, I have The Giver, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I read this back in 6th grade and I just love. It's like a dystopian, but not or is it a utopia? I can't remember what we talked about in class, but it's a very short read, I believe. Yeah, it's only 179 pages, so maybe if I do a 24-hour readathon like I've been thinking of doing, I might put this in it just because it's so short, and then I'll put the sequel in it, but we'll talk about the sequel in a second. But I love this book forever. I just love that they live in a world of gray, and they have to pick the one person who holds all the memories of mankind, and it's such an emotional and terminal thing, really. And like, I didn't realize, I reread this in high school. I didn't realize how like kind of dark this world was, that you don't see color and there was really no emotion. Like once you start getting feelings, they give you pills so you don't have these feelings, and that's how they think the world gets better. And that's so like sad that humanity got to that point. And then the sequel of this book, which is Gathering Blue, I should probably describe what this book is about. So this book follows Jonas. Jonas lives in a world of black and white where everything is given to you at certain ages. So there's a certain age where you get your first bike, or girls have their hair in pigtails until they're a certain age and then they get cut off. And then your spouse is chosen for you, your children are chosen for you, your job is chosen for you, everything in life is chosen for you. So you don't have to worry about it, you know. But he is chosen to be the receiver, not the giver. He's the receiver, I believe. No. Yeah, he's the receiver who will one day be the giver. Basically, he receives the memories of all humankind. First, he receives happy memories, and then he receives sad memories, and he has to go through the turmoil of why don't we have these memories anymore, and what is life better without them, you know? And it's just, I just love this book so much. It's so good. And then this book is technically a sequel to it, although I don't know if Jonas is in this one. I don't really know much. But we follow Kira. So we follow Kira in this book, who is disabled and just recently lost her mother and has to fight for her life in her own village. Now, she lives in a different community than the Giver. I think this one is much more like hunter-gatherer kind of society, much more, not uncivilized. I don't want to use that term, but I can't really think of a different term than hunter-gatherer, I guess. And she has to fight for her life. I think she's the only person in this world who can make, I think she makes garments, if I'm correct, and she can only make this one specific color. I think it's blue, obviously, and so she has to realize her point in life and where she wants to go with everything, and if she wants to stay with these people who treat her cruelly, and you know what that means for her. So I'm excited to read both of these. I don't know, now that I mentioned a 24-hour readathon, I kind of want to do one just so I can get these out, not get them out of the way, but read them and understand them and just have so much more fun with them. But I don't know, we'll see. I guess a little sidetrack. The reason I look so terrible is because I have a kidney stone. So I was hospitalized because of it. You know, I was in a lot of pain because of it, and they gave me meds. So it's been about a week since then, or I guess it will be a week soon. And I recently went to the doctor, and he said it's just a bit too big, that they're not entirely sure it'll pass on its own. So he's giving me another week, and then if it doesn't pass in that time, I will have to have a small minor surgery. I don't think it's invasive from my understanding. They're just gonna kind of stick a tube in me and take the kidney stone out. I will be resting for a very long time. My mother is very worried about me, but they do these surgeries every day. He told me, like, it's very simple and easy to do. I think it only takes an hour. So I won't be doing it then. Obviously, I will be wanting to rest up. But I don't know, maybe I will. I'll have a lot of time on my hands. But I am also interviewing for a job, which hopefully I will get. And then I want to be settled in my job and understand everything. So we'll see. I really do want to do one this summer. So we'll have to see where that goes. It might be more toward the end of July or August. Maybe end of July might be better because then Epic Reads Day will have passed and I'll have gotten a bunch of new books. So I don't know. We'll see from there. But let me know, guys, if you have any specific maybe dates you want to do. Or I know Read by Zoe does a lot of them. However, she is in London for the summer. So I do not know if she will be doing any then because she's so busy with her. I believe she has an internship. So if you know of any other booktubers who might be doing some that I might be interested in, please let me know. I would love to do a 24-hour readathon with other people just to get to know more people in the community and everything. Alright, tangent over. I want to continue with my last book, which is History of Ireland. I picked up this book months ago because I was in a very non-fiction mood and researchy mood, and most of my family is from Ireland. Apparently I still have relatives up there, so I really wanted to pick up a book to learn more about the history of it and everything that goes with Ireland. So I believe this book, yes, it starts from Viking invasions, it goes to the Great Famine, and to modern day, talks about leaders such as St. Patrick, James Joyce, Bono. But yeah, and I think, there's like some black and white pictures in here too. It's not very pictury, but the print's actually not as small as I thought it was going to be. A lot of nonfiction books I pick up have very small print, which makes it hard to read because you feel like you've read a lot and you've only read like 3 pages. But I'm very interested in it. I've always wanted to go to Ireland and to travel and just learn more about the history of it and especially the mythology. I'm very much a mythology person and I love all that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited to learn more about my heritage. And I don't know, maybe I'll bring this with me someday when I go to Ireland. Hopefully. Let's pick all these up. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Well, technically Night is 3 books, so technically it's 9, but physically it's 7. So these are all the books. Oh, I should turn this around. These are all the books I plan on reading this summer. I don't know why I'm singing, but I'm really excited. Let me know if you guys are reading any of the books, and if you have any, no spoilers now. No. But let me know what you think of all these, and I'm really excited to get into them. Until next time, my name is Ashleigh, and I'll see ya. Bye!